Hello, this is Ken Himmler again, and I wanted to update you this year on some tax filing deadline dates. We all love deadlines. We as Americans are great procrastinators. So, if you are filing a Form 1040, remember it's the middle of April, April 17th. However, if you want us to get all of your filings done and the tax returns actually filed with the IRS, we will need all of your source tax return data no later than March 15th to assure that it's going to be filed on time. If you're filing an S Corp, then your deadline date is March 15th, and we will then need all of that information by February 15th. Now, I just want to fill you in on some let's say, old wives' tales. So a lot of people think, well, I should get my tax return filed as soon as possible. I'm going to tell you that while I don't have any absolute verifiable proof, I talked to an ex-IRS agent, and there's a lot of information out that has been published by the IRS agents that don't work there anymore. And a lot of that information that the IRS has on how they conduct audits or who they audit to is really, they protect that as much as Google protects their search algorithm. However, some of the ex-IRS agents have leaked this information. And here's what we do know from them. There are three potential audits. One is the audit cycle that happens from April until somewhere around middle of August to middle of September. That is, when you file on time, you are increasing your probability that you will be audited because you go into that first audit cycle. That doesn't make any sense. As long as you know how much tax you're going to owe, or you're close to it because you never can get it exactly right, and you make sure that you maybe have that much paid in, or there's also something called a safe harbor rule that allows you to, at least if you're under $150,000 of income, as long as you have 100% of the prior year's tax paid in, there's no penalty. If you're over $150,000, it's 110%. But to try to keep you out of the horrendous stress of an audit, what I'm trying to advise is that you do not file your taxes by that first deadline date. The second audit that we have heard about, again, nothing is proven because a lot of this is just coming from ex-agents, is the computer making a random decision. So there's one that looks at how much your deductions are in comparison to your income and also where you live, and it does some algorithms, and it pulls your return if things look really off. The second one is just a random pull. And again, that generally will happen between April and somewhere around the middle of August into the middle of September. And the third one is the training audit. Well, with 84,000 new IRS employees being hired, they're unfortunately using the taxpayers to train a lot of the newer employees, and they will randomly pull out tax returns. Now, again, there is no way to guarantee that you don't get audited, but if you can use information that is available out there in the ether, if you want to call it that, that will help reduce the percentage or the probability, it makes a lot of sense. So again, let me clarify. If you have enough tax paid in, there's no penalty for filing late, meaning after April, after the first time, and you file by October. Well, it's different for corporations, but it's the same concept. But again, this is Ken Himmler going into 2023 tax season, trying to give you as much advice on how to make the painful experience of taxes at least a little bit less painful. We'll talk to you soon.